All right, good Wednesday morning, everybody. We are live in the KENS 5 Weather Digital Sensor on this Wednesday. We're looking at mostly cloudy skies at the moment and overall dry conditions right now, but later this evening things will get a little active again. We'll see a redevelopment of some showers and storms probably around sunset, and some of those could be heavy, some of those could be strong to severe, producing lightning and maybe some localized street flooding between late tonight into early tomorrow morning. So just like last night where we saw some overnight activity, mainly while it's dark and after sunset, likely the same weather pattern in place for this evening and again tomorrow morning as well. So we have a weather impact alert for this evening. Scattered storms could be heavy at times. Stay weather aware. Have a way to get push alerts on your phone. Have the KENS 5 app or download KENS 5 Plus. We'll have the latest forecasts up to date. And you'll also receive, push notifications, push alerts for whenever we do see severe weather in the area this evening. And that does include, San Antonio, the Hill Country, out towards Del Rio. We're watching a huge and large area where we can see anywhere from Del Rio to San Antonio in the I-35 corridor, strong and severe storms in the next 12 to 15 hours. So let's talk about last night. Here are some of the severe weather reports. It wasn't severe in San Antonio, but anywhere from far west Bexar County out towards Uvalde, there was a strong radar signature that indicated strong straight line winds of maybe like 60 to 80 miles an hour. We'll show you what that looks like on radar in a second. But if you are from this area, from Castroville, Hondo, Sabinal, Uvalde, Devine, up towards northern Medina County, for example, there was a huge thunderstorm producing a ton of lightning late last night, probably around midnight, from 11:45 to about 12:30 in the overnight. That produced a lot of rain and a lot of lightning and some strong, severe winds. So we'll talk about that more in detail in a second. So here's outside right now. It's a mostly cloudy look. A few breaks in the sky over near Calaveras Lake. Looks okay, and it's a little warm, but not bad. 75 at the airport, 78 at Simpson, a little warmer in South San Antonio. East-northeast winds at 6 miles an hour. And here are temperatures across the region. Because of cloud cover, we're not going to see a huge warm-up today. We'll probably see daytime highs in the mid to upper 80s. That's a lot better than this past weekend, where we saw like lower 100s and upper 90s on Saturday and Sunday. So with the cloud cover and these rain showers and these storms kind of moving through in waves, it helps our temperatures, because remember, June, July can bring the heat, and if we can escape with daytime highs in the 80s, we'll take it. We'll take it. 78 at Del Rio, 73 at Victoria, a pair of 7s over in Giddings, east of Austin, 80 at Seguin, and 72 at Bernie. Here are some of the rain estimates from last night. So these are not official rain totals. These are radar estimated rain amounts. Around San Antonio, it was mainly between like the 281 corridor pointing westward that saw the most rain. The east side maybe saw a tenth to a quarter of an inch of rainfall towards like Lavernia, St. Hedwig, for example. But, anywhere from Helotes towards Alamo Ranch, Highway 90, Castroville, on average 1 to 2 inches of rain. Pretty good rain, pretty good soaking downpours out there. Similar towards Hollywood Park, maybe towards Timberwood Park, up 281 and east of I-10 near Fair Oaks Ranch. It was a little bit more towards Bernie, and especially northern Medina County, where that squall line, that dangerous line of storms that produced a lot of winds, produced a ton of rainfall. Some of the radar estimates up to about 3 to 4 to maybe 5 inches of rain in some parts of northern Uvalde, northern Medina County, southern Bandera County, and even parts of Kendall and parts of Kerr County. Towards Gillespie County and Fredericksburg, maybe 2 to 3 inches of rain on average. Again, these are estimates. These are not official rain totals. Out near Camp Wood, southeast of Camp Wood, up to 4 to 5 inches of rain. In the north of Del Rio and near Lake Amistad, central and southeastern Valverde County. Pretty good amount of rain, like 1 to 3 inches of rain just last night. And we have more on the way later this evening. Now, I do want to talk about this in detail. So late last night, here's what happened. I want to rewind this blip back. So around midnight is when the storm started rolling through our western counties, right? So between like 11 and midnight. But notice the radar signature. Notice how this particular line, it's not like a linear straight line. It's starting to bow out, and that's because of the strong winds on the back side of this storm system, this large weather future in the atmosphere. We call it a bow echo because it represents a bow and arrow. And when it bows out like that, you see those strong, severe winds coming in from the west, northwest, and it pushes in and it just kind of feeds into the thunderstorm and makes it more powerful, which is why we saw straight line wind damage in between Hondo, Sabinal, D'Hanis, Texas, so like western Medina County. That's where we saw some wind damage. So, by the way, if you have any friends or family, or if you're watching from Medina County and you saw this, you saw heavy rain, if you have any video, if you have any damage, any severe weather damage from last night, feel free to email it to me, rshoptalk@kens5.com, or just you can email it to our news desk, news@kens5.com. NEWS news@kens5.com. If you have any, again, severe weather damage, property damage, because we can see these things on radar. It helps a lot, but to see the actual reports, the severe weather reports, the waking damage of these severe weather thunderstorms, that definitely helps assess what exactly happened last night. So again, on radar last night, it was a strong signature, a bow echo that indicates very strong severe winds, probably exceeding 60, maybe 70 miles an hour. And some of the pictures we're already getting from western Medina County late last night, from early this morning, is indicative of that. We saw a lot of damage just west of Hondo between Sabinal and D'Hanis from, again, late last night from this morning. Good morning, Esmeralda and Carpenter. Good morning, Anastasia. When will this current wave of rain hit northeast San Antonio? And Lorna, I get it. Yeah, because, we didn't see much rain in east, northeast Bexar County last night. We saw some, but it wasn't heavy rain compared to like west Bexar County, towards Medina County and Bandera and Kerr and Kendall County. There's an opportunity of that happening tonight, mostly towards like 11 p.m., midnight, 1, 2 a.m. It's going to be another overnight event with these next round of thunderstorms. So we talked about what happened last night, what's happening right now. Well, most of the action is farther east towards Houston. Towards San Antonio, as you can see as we zoom in, it's mostly cloudy, a few breaks in the sky between Alamo Ranch down Highway 90 towards Hondo and Castroville and Devine. So it's a mostly dry setup right now. But let's go back to that. So current radar shows a lot of the heavier rain moving towards Houston. So that's where it's active right now. So if you have any loved ones heading down I-10, that's where they're going to run into more rain right now. I-45 towards Lake Charles, Galveston. It's moving offshore into the Gulf towards Brazosport, Bay City, Palacios, Danbury. That's where kind of the heavy rain's moving through right now. But that is just round two. We had round one the other night. It was mostly an overnight event. San Antonio didn't see much from it. It was mainly the hill country that saw the first round. This was the second round, and then we'll see a third round later on tonight into early tomorrow morning, mainly while you're asleep in the overnight hours, and we're going to talk about that right now. So here's the severe weather outlook for today. It's mostly for tonight. So I would say anytime after 6 p.m., mostly after sunset, that's when scattered storms will start to form. And anywhere in the highlighted area, which, the entire region is in the green, a marginal risk for severe weather. But anywhere in the yellow area, so the San Antonio metro, part of I-35, Gonzales, Cuero, out towards Houston, that's a slight risk, a level 2 out of 5, meaning any scattered storms that develop will be capable of some large hail, some gusty winds like last night, maybe 50, 60, 70 mile an hour wind gusts, not everywhere, but it is possible these storms will be capable of that. We're in an environment and an atmosphere that's just so humid, it's so tropical, and we have a lot of good upper level support that will generate these large track, large, powerful thunderstorms, a lot like last night. And then Thursday, a level 1 out of 5. And I think Thursday evening, Thursday night will be pretty much our last opportunity at cashing in on, scattered, numerous, more widespread rain. Friday and Saturday offers up a small chance at some spotty activity, but overall into the weekend, we trend down on rain chances and we trend up on the temperatures. So if you have any plans this weekend, it's going to be hot, high temperatures in the lower to middle 90s, a lot like last weekend, partly cloudy. So let's talk about it, the hour by hour. So today, we'll see a little bit of clearing, a little bit of sunshine, highs in the upper 80s this afternoon. This evening, a mostly cloudy sky. I think sometime between like 6, 7, and 8 o'clock, we may see a couple of developing isolated spotty storms, but notice what happens after sunset, after 9 o'clock. it becomes a little bit more numerous between Kerrville, Bernie, Hondo, Floresville, San Antonio, LaGrange, Gonzales, Austin, San Marcos. We're going to watch the coverage of these showers and some potentially strong to severe thunderstorms increase. Now, through the overnight, this particular forecast model paints out a lot of rain happening in one location, like between Seguin, Floresville, Pleasanton, Hondo, San Antonio, Bernie, etc. Now, again, this is just a forecast model. It's just an opinion on what could happen. This cluster of rain could easily be a little bit more farther west towards Del Rio, towards Uvalde, or a little bit farther south towards George West, Cotulla, and Pearsall. Again, it's just an opinion on what could happen late tonight into early Thursday. But wherever these clusters of thunderstorms get going, it looks like they're going to be raining over the same region, wherever that may be, for several hours, meaning late tonight into early tomorrow morning, we could see a potential of street flooding. So anywhere from Kerrville, Floresville, Pleasanton, down I-37 towards George West, down I-35 towards Pearsall, even up I-35 towards Austin, I-10 towards LaGrange and Gonzales. We could see some areas that experience some street flooding. It's not going to be a widespread threat, but with the ground already saturated, it's already wet from last night's rain. Some of this rain that falls late tonight into early Thursday morning, pre-dawn hours, could result into runoff and create some street flooding in the area. Again, not going to be a widespread issue, but tomorrow morning there could be problems out on the roadways. So if you're going out to work early tomorrow morning, if you have a commute ready for early Thursday, maybe leave 30 minutes, 45 minutes a little earlier than usual, because I think the rain will probably cause some problems out on the roads, as it always does. Now, rain chances stay pretty high as a wave of rain moves through the area Thursday mid-morning. And then by Thursday afternoon, we'll see some clearing, high temperatures, upper 80s, lower 90s, and some more spotty activity Thursday night into early Friday. It's not going to be as widespread, but it's going to be there. So this is just one computer model. It's painting out, depending on where exactly these thunderstorms set up. If you do get lucky enough, anywhere from here, Gonzales, Pleasanton, Fredericksburg, Kerrville, Rock Springs, you could potentially see an additional 1 to 2 inches of rain. But if you're east of I-35 towards LaGrange and Gonzales, you could potentially see an additional 3 to 5 inches of rain. And notice, this particular forecast model paints out 0 in some areas out west, like Uvalde, Del Rio. That doesn't mean that's going to happen. It just means there will be scattered storms around, and if you're lucky enough to get under 1, if it's over your neighborhood, this is the potential it could produce in about 12 to 15 hours time. So, which is why we have an alert set for tomorrow, tonight, and Thursday. Today and tomorrow, and late tonight into early Thursday. Daytime highs right around 89 to 90 because of cloud cover and some rain. 93 Friday, mid-90s this weekend, and 96 Monday. So I think next week is generally drying out, as June typically brings. This weekend for Father's Day, if you have any plans to celebrate with Dad, it's just going to be hot, mid-90s and pretty humid out there. By the summertime, so summer officially begins on June 20th, next Friday, right? Next Friday, June 20th. It's going to be summer-like, highs in the lower to middle 90s. So get ready for that. Esmeralda, you love the rain. Absolutely. Hey there, Guadalupe. Good morning. You love storms as well, except when the power goes out. Yeah, we don't like that at all. We do not like that at all. From Robert, you're saying you're over the severe storms. Why can't we have just the rain? Is tonight going to be like last night, Robert? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think we're going to see another round of this happening tonight, Robert. So big takeaway, park the car in the garage. Bring any outdoor lawn furniture inside. Strap it down. Secure it. Any loose lawn items in the front or backyard, bring them in today, because late tonight into early Thursday, we'll see some severe storms, some strong thunder showers, and they could produce gusty winds, blowing things down the street. So just get ready. I don't think hail is going to be a huge threat. There could be some isolated hail in the area, but I think this will be mainly a street flooding and a damaging wind threat late tonight into early Thursday. So that's the potential we're looking at for tonight. Guadalupe, you're very welcome. Have a great rest of your week as well. Absolutely. So here's the 14-day forecast, guys. Just get ready for tonight. That's when the rain starts to redevelop. Temperature's not bad. We'll take upper 80s versus hundreds, right, in June. That's not bad. And then mid-90s returning next week with a less of a rain pattern, more drying out for next week into the first day of summer, which is Friday, June 20th. Download the KENS 5 app, guys. We have all the weather updates on the KENS 5 app. We have our local meteorologist here at KENS 5 providing, push notifications, push alerts on when you need to know when severe weather is moving in, whether that's Del Rio, San Antonio, Bernie, the Hill Country. We have the KENS 5 app. It is free, and we have local updates on when severe weather rolling in. So please download that today. If not, no worries. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. We're halfway through the week, and tonight again, we have an alert set for a few thunderstorms.